guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the family. My name is Shadley. In today's video, I'll be talking about something completely different from my usual hair tutorial videos. Yep, you guessed it right. I'll be talking about the differences between Nigeria and Uganda. Now keep in mind that me giving this list doesn't mean that one is better than one. I'm just trying to bring and show you guys the differences that I have personally seen and I have personally experienced. My list is subjective because I'm from northern Nigeria, grew up in northern Nigeria all my life, and so I'm taking based on my experiences back home in northern Nigeria, and then also what I have experienced here. It might be different for each and every one of us. I just wanted to make that clear. And so if you are interested and you would want to find out more about this, then continue watching. So the first difference that I have noticed, I got to find out about it like a bit longer than usual, just because when I was coming to Uganda, I came with my own hair stuff. I came my braids with weaves and all those things, so I didn't really know that. But I have to talk about it because it's my number one on my list, and that's because I am so passionate about hair. I love hair. Hair is very expensive in Uganda, like really expensive. Like even for synthetic weaves that you expect them to be like okay, it's very expensive. Like when I first came here, I didn't understand why I would say like a lot of Ugandans having hair for like students, they will have hair for like the whole semester. Like I said, when I first came here, I had my whole hair products. I came with them from Nigeria, so it took me like I think 6 months for me to start buying anything. I was relaxing my hair then, so I had my relaxer. I came with braids, I came with weaves, and I came with a lot of them, which lasted me for a while. And then I also had friends that could braid, so it was just so easy for me. So when I needed to make my hair, I would just go and meet them and I'll make my hair. I didn't really know how expensive it was to make hair in Uganda until I left my previous school and I started this new school, and we didn't have like so much Nigerians, and so I had to start paying for my hair. That was how I realized how expensive it is to make hair in Uganda. Like it's really expensive, guys. Really expensive. So yes, that's number one on my list. That's the difference, because if you compare it to Nigerian product, we have some hair here in Uganda that there's like weaves in Uganda that they're also in Nigeria. My sister would tell me like a certain price, and I'm paying like over 10,000 shillings or even 20,000 shillings above the price that they sell it back home. So yeah, that's number one on my list. Hair is expensive in Uganda, so if you're coming to Uganda, you have to get ready because you have to spend money on it. Yeah. Number two differences that I have noticed between Nigeria and Uganda is that Uganda has a lot of foreigners as compared to back home in Nigeria. I don't know if it's the weather or what is so, I don't know, but like they actually have a lot of foreigners. I have met people from different parts of the world just here in Uganda. I've not been in any other country apart from Uganda and Nigeria, but so far I have met people from different parts of the world, from different continents. So yes, Uganda has a lot of foreigners, a lot of foreigners. I think it has to do with the fact that, I don't know, maybe they have a lot of NGOs. I don't really understand the reason why they have a lot of foreigners here, but they do. They have a lot of foreigners here in Uganda as compared to back home in Nigeria, because I've lived in Nigeria almost all my life and I've not seen so much foreigners as I have seen here in Uganda. Like I've made friends from different parts of the country, part of the world rather, different part of the world, and just being here in Uganda. So that's the second difference the second difference I have noticed between Nigeria and Uganda. The third differences between Nigeria and Uganda is their educational system. Uganda educational system is expensive. Like it is really expensive. Um, like even for like their private university, I'm going to put a picture here or here for you to see based on like what I got on the internet, because like I said, I'm from northern Nigeria and I know how much it costs for you to be in a public university in northern Nigeria as opposed to how much it costs in Uganda. It's really really expensive. So if you are going to come to Uganda to school, you have to really this thing. And for me, I attend a private university, so of course it's completely different because private universities are also expensive back home. But then, like when I rate public university in Uganda and public university in Nigeria, Uganda tends to be a bit more expensive. Although it is way easier for you to get admission in Uganda as long as you have your points, you have enough points for the course you are interested in, you get, and then you are able to afford it. But for Nigeria, although when it comes to maybe public or state universities, it might be a bit cheaper, but getting admission is really hard because I really applied for admission back in Nigeria for like years and I didn't get, and that's why I'm here. So yes, so and also I don't know, they also do A level in their high school, where for us in Nigeria we stop at O level. So courses in Nigeria that are usually like 3 years, they're usually, sorry, courses in Uganda that is usually 3 years is like 4 years in Nigeria. So courses that are like 4 years in Uganda, they are like 5 years in Nigeria, and courses that are like 5 years in Uganda, like medicine is 5 years in Uganda, exclusive of your internship. It's 6 years. It's 6 years in Nigeria. So coming here, I had to do like a 1 year bridging program because I didn't have A level. I only had O level. So I had to do a 1 year bridging program before I started my course. So my course that is usually like 4 years here in Uganda, I'll be spending 5 years because of the bridging program that I did. So yes, those are the differences between Uganda and Nigerian educational system. The fourth on the list for me will be food. Food. So coming here in Uganda, initially I thought, oh, it's Africa. We definitely have the same food. No, we don't. For one, Ugandans don't generally eat chili. Like, except maybe over time they picked that habit, but generally Ugandans don't eat chili. So you can imagine when I came here initially, I didn't have any one here in Uganda that was living here. So I didn't ask questions. I didn't even try to Google the kind of food they were eating, because I remember from the airport coming back, like I was so hungry, but I could not. I was seeing like chapati and other things, but I didn't even know like what they were. I didn't know if I was going to like them. So it was kind of a struggle. It took me a long time for me to adjust to Ugandan food, just because it looked foreign to me, like different from how we the type like our food back home. And there's no chili, and they actually have a lot of superstitious beliefs when it comes to chili. If you know any Ugandan, you can ask them, they'll tell you. I have had a lot of funny question, like funny questions asked to me, like about, oh, you eat chili, does this happen to you? It's not something I'm bold enough to talk about on YouTube, but if you have any Ugandan friend, you can actually ask them about it and they will let you know. So yes, food is completely for the most part different, because they have something called matoke. It's like a special of bananas. And matoke is like, I think they make it like just like how, like it's like mashed bananas. And so coming to Uganda, I have coming from Nigeria, we don't have that in Nigeria. I know we have plantain, but not that special of banana. That it's a special of banana, not plantain, a special of banana. And it's like their staple food, if I'm not mistaken, because I've been to different part of Uganda and I've seen it eaten in all part of Uganda. So I think it's their staple food. So food was kind of a challenge for me coming here because I grew up obviously all my life in Nigeria, and I have always lived in Nigeria all my life. And coming here, it was like learning new food, learning different things, and then also finding out that they don't eat chili. I never knew that. So yes, that's another difference between Nigeria and Nigeria and Uganda. So the fifth difference between Nigeria and Uganda is that Ugandans are usually chill. They are okay, let me give an example. Like the other time I was in the taxi and the driver was like really misbehaving, like he would drive rough and just stop and talk to people and do all that. I know usually in Nigeria you can't even do that. Like people would like complain, but I was just seated. I was so angry because he wasted a lot of our time. He wasn't even apologetic about it, and no one was talking about it. It was like, and I didn't want to talk because I was like, if I should speak, it's going to be like I'm being over dramatic or something like that. So I was pissed, but I just had to keep quiet and just like keep it all in and just be like, oh my god, because no one was literally saying a word like in the bus. They were all like just chill, just sitting down, and so I just had to just also just be chill and sit down because I was like, if I complain now, it would be like I'm the only one complaining. Like if other people were complaining in the bus, I can be like, oh okay, yeah, it's true, but no one was complaining, so I just had to just keep quiet and just be like, wow. So this is how we are going to do until when he feels like. So it was really, really frustrating at that period of time. But like then I think they are more passive aggressive than, like they don't they talk more with their action, with their words, like describe things more with their words than their actions, as opposed to Nigerians that we are very quick to react to things like that we don't like, or even expressing things. We're more, yes, we express things more than how Ugandans would express things. They are just more chill about things. Like even when you hear like taxi and they're calling taxi, like conductors back home, like you hear them shouting. It's not the same in Nigeria. Completely different. Completely different. Also, like they don't horn or honk anyone. They don't hear, like they hardly do it because it's considered rude. It's a different case in Nigeria. I don't know if it's just me, but where I come from in Nigeria, you are not driving well, you are misbehaving, you will hear the end of it from, like, you won't hear the end of it from the other drivers. But here, like I can literally count how many times I've had people like honk in Uganda, like on just these fingers. So yes, it's considered impolite or rude, so they hardly do it unless it's really, really necessary. So you can literally be moving, like driving from like one place to the other, and you won't even hear anyone honk. So yeah. The six differences between Nigeria and Uganda is the weather. Let me say between northern Nigeria that I have lived in and Uganda is the weather. Uganda, I mean central Uganda, and central Uganda generally has like two rainy seasons. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to put um this thing here, a picture here for you to see. They have two rainy seasons, so it rains a lot of the time here in northern Uganda. I think also in the west, when I was also in western Uganda, it was also the same thing, which I love. I'm not complaining. Rainy season is my favorite season. So I love it. I can't even complain about it, honestly speaking. And just because of that, I think they have like a lot of plants, a lot of trees. It's like, for me, that's like one of my favorite things in Uganda. Anytime anyone asks me what's your favorite thing about being in Uganda, I always tell them the weather. I love Ugandan weather. I wouldn't change anything about it. I just do. I love it. The only downside to it is that because we don't have a lot of good roads here, so when it rains, like your shoes get spoiled, like moving around from one place to the other, especially when school was on session, like when we're having physical classes. Now we're having online classes, so I'm always at home. But when we're having physical classes, it's like, yeah, it can be really dreadful because you move, like by the time I get to school, it's like my shoes is just so scattered. It's bad. It's really bad. So yes, those are like that is like one of the challenges of raining season, because I think it's still raining presently in Uganda. Um, Although it's about to stop, because I think November and December is the dry season, so it's going to stop. But then we're going to have what we had earlier this year, and then also the end of this year. So yes, they have two rainy seasons or two wet seasons in Uganda. For Nigeria, we only have like northern Nigeria, we have like one rainy season. I think it starts from May to October, and then that's all. Then we have the Hamatan period, that's between like November ish, if I'm not mistaken, November till Jan or February. So yes, but for them they have two wet seasons in Uganda. And for Nigeria, we have the Hamatan, that's like I said, towards February and December. They don't have Hamatan. It's actually very hot December. I hate it because Christmas is my favorite season. I It's just, it doesn't feel Christmassy to me, because of, maybe because I grew up in Nigeria, whereby towards the Christmas period it's always cold, and it's not cold this period, so it doesn't feel so Christmassy to me. I just I honestly don't like it, but I'm used to it because I've been here for a while now, so I've adjusted to it. So yes, when it comes to weather, those are the differences that I have noticed here in Uganda and also back home in Nigeria. Another differences that I have noticed, I think I was told about this, the I think the week I came to Uganda. A Nigerian friend of mine told me, he was like, Ugandans don't play with their lunch. When it's like, lunch is very important in Uganda. Like when you're going to an office or going to the bank, you have to make sure you go either earlier than 1 or after 2, because from 1 to 2 is lunchtime in Uganda, and they don't play with it. Like you will literally go to an office and that person is not available because they've gone for lunch, and you have to sit and wait for them. They don't play. I've gone to banks, and literally I only saw like one teller, like one guy, like just there, and all the other places were empty, and I was wondering like what's happening. And the lady behind me was like, oh yeah, they went for lunch. That's how serious it is. So if you need to go for any appointment, make sure you go early, or make sure you go after lunch, because they don't play with their lunch. When it's time for lunch, they would have to eat their lunch. Like they don't compromise their lunch for anything, except it's very very important. But when it's time for lunch, it's time for lunch. Like even like my classmates, I remember when we were having clinicals, and our lecturer then was like, we're going to be having clinicals from 9 to I think 2. Then we eat from 2 to 3, and then from 3 to 5 we'll continue with our clinicals. And my classmates were like, nope, 1 to 2 is time for lunch. Like they can't compromise that for anything. Like it's that serious. But I think like back home, it's like we don't really have everyone has like specific time that you eat. Like I remember back home we actually eat lunch quite late. Like personally back at my house, like we ate lunch quite late, except when we are in high school, that we had like specific time, like when I was in in a boarding house, and we had like specific time for eating and all that. But after that, it's like everyone just does their thing. Like when you have free time and you are hungry, you just eat. But no, it doesn't work that way for Uganda. Like nope, they don't play with their lunch. When it's time for lunch, they have to eat lunch. So that's another differences that I have noticed between Nigeria and Uganda. Another funny thing again is English. Hmm. English is like, of course, I'm from Western Nigeria, and this is Uganda is in the eastern part of Africa. Sorry, I'm from West Africa, and Uganda is in the eastern part of Africa. Our English are actually different. I don't know what I was thinking, but coming here, I in my head I thought English was going to be the same because we are Africans. But although we are Africans, we are different. We have different cultures, different languages, and so they, like, I've had experiences where people have laughed at me here like a lot of times. And not only me, like other Nigerians who can testify to that, they've laughed at me because of how I pronounce things. not only pronouncing things, but like there are some statements, like for example in Nigeria you would say like day before yesterday. In Uganda is yesterday but one. So those were like little things that were like hard for me. Honestly, coming to Uganda was kind of hard for me to understand how they were speaking, because I had some lecturers that had like really strong accents, and it was really challenging for me initially. Now I understand perfectly what they are saying and like what they mean, but initially it was like a struggle for me. Honestly speaking, it was a struggle for me um to understand like some of the things they were saying. And then even sometimes I would speak and they would ask me to repeat what I'm saying because they don't understand how I'm pronouncing things. So yes, yeah, we speak differently from them, like. And this I can probably say is general, irrespective of where you are in Nigeria. It's like we just speak differently from them, like. And I know that it's not only in East Africa. Even when you go to West and South Africa or North Africa, you just speak differently. So, and the last but not the least is on my list is that Uganda is a very expensive country to live in compared to Nigeria. Now, wait, there are some places in Nigeria, obviously, when you stay there, like it's really, really expensive. Like when you're living in like places like Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, like it's really, really expensive. Standard of living is really high. For me, I'm from northern Nigeria, like I said, um, and I actually schooled in Ilorin for like over a year, and I know how much like rent then cost as opposed to how much like you pay here. Like it's expensive. Um, like even food, like buying food is expensive as compared to like Nigeria, like Nigerian food and all that. So like if you're coming to Uganda, a lot of people always look at me and they're like, oh, you're in Uganda because the value for Naira is higher than Uganda, and they think, oh, you're just chilling. But that is actually the complete opposite, because things are actually generally expensive in Uganda. For one, majority of the things they have here in Uganda is imported. So you can think of that. And also we have to also pay tax for using data. Before you can come online, you have to pay tax, like. And we don't pay tax in Nigeria for that. Like you buy your data separately, and then after that you also have to pay for your tax in order for you to access social media. Other things like Google and other apps, like you can access them, but social media in general, like WhatsApp, like Instagram, Twitter, you have to have your OTT tax in order for you to access it. So if you don't have OTT tax, you can't be online, unless except you're using Wi-Fi. If you're using Wi-Fi, that's a different case. But if you are using your data, then you just know you have to buy OTT tax, or you do VPN. And for me, I just noticed that VPN takes a lot of data, so I'll just rather buy my tax and just use my data usually. So yeah, that is all, guys. Let me know in the comment section if I've left something out. If you have been to Uganda or you're in Uganda presently, tell me what you've noticed, any differences you've noticed between Nigeria and Uganda. I would really love to find out about it. I would also want to know, because I'm very sure that I didn't write everything. I just wrote the top 10 things that for me I personally experienced. So just let me know about it in the comment section. And also, if you found this video either helpful um or entertaining, please like and also subscribe to my channel. I would really, really appreciate it. And also, just so you get notified every time I upload a new video, you can also click on the notification bell and it will notify you every time I upload new videos. Yes, so that is it for this video, guys. Let me know also if you want to see videos related to this, like what I love about Uganda, similarities between Nigeria and Uganda, or even my experiences generally in Uganda. I have a lot of stories and I wouldn't mind sharing it with you guys. So let me know in the comment section if you want to see more of those videos, and I would love to share it with you guys. So thank you for watching, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.